Freddie Tagtanalia with his usual fine job on the national anthem, and on a Sunday afternoon we are just about set to go here at the Boston Garden. A lot of new faces on this net club. 6 in fact since they made their last visit to Boston in November. Pete Myers, who came over from the New York Knicks, Leon Wood out of the CBA along with Derek Gervin, Anthony Mason, Jack Haley came over from Chicago, Chris Dudley from the Cleveland Cavaliers, and if you were with us in the pregame show, Chris Dudley, the former Yaley, is getting a lot of minutes for Bill Fitch. Let's pick up the starting lineups with Andy Jick.
At guard from Ohio State, 6'5" and number 2, Dennis Hopson. The other guard is from Oregon State, 6'4", number 15, Lester Connor. The center is from Kentucky, 7'1", and number 31, Sam Bowie. At forward from North Carolina State, 6'10", and number 33, Charles Shackleford. At the other forward from Auburn is 6'8", and number 34, Chris Morris. Trainer of the Nets is Fritz Massman. Assistant coaches Rick Carlisle and Butch Beard. Head coach of the Nets, Bill Fitch. And now introducing the Boston Celtics. At guard from Pepperdine, 6'4", number 3, Dennis Johnson. The other guard is from Northeastern, 6'7", number 35, Reggie Lewis. The center is from Arkansas, 7 foot even, number 53, Joe Kleine. At forward from Minnesota, 6'10", number 32, Kevin McHale. And at the other forward from Indiana State, 6'9", number 33, Larry Bird. Trainer of the Celtics is Ed Lacerte. Assistant coaches Lanny Van Eman and Chris Ford. Head coach of the Celtics is Jimmy Rodgers. Jimmy Rodgers is not here with us today due to an illness in his family.
Well, our sympathies to Jimmy Rodgers and his family as you heard that announcement. And Chris Ford will be the head coach for the Boston Celtics here this afternoon. The officials for this afternoon's game. There they are, the veteran. Wally Rooney in the middle, Ted Bernhard on the right, Ron Olisiak on the left.
Good old Ron.
Yep. This copyrighted program is presented by the authority of the NBA and the Boston Celtics, and it's intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written permission of the NBA, the Celtics, and Sports Channel is prohibited. Announcers on the broadcast selected by Sports Channel, approved by the Celtics. As we look at the starting lineups for both clubs, Larry Bird on a roll of late. Joe Kleine gets the call for the start today. Robert Parish is in uniform and ready to go on the sidelines if they need him.
Well, a revamped lineup of Kevin McHale now becoming a starter after spending most of the season as the 6th man certainly has had a good effect on this ball club.
The Nets have struggled home and away. Celtics controlling the tap. Dennis Johnson will be picked up defensively by Lester Connor. Chris Morris is going to get Larry Bird. Shackleford is on McHale. Now they switch. Larry looking for that low post position, so successful against Orlando. Little up fake on Shackleford. Bounce pass. DJ couldn't handle it. Celtics are at 4 on the shot clock. Dennis hits the fall away.
You know, Bill Fitch built the Boston Celtic team with Robert Parish, Kevin McHale. He is a size coach, and that's what he's trying to accomplish here at New Jersey. Sam Bowie and Shackleford are 2 big horses.
Chris Morris putting it on the floor. Chris Morris, the only net to start every game this year.
Well, Chris Morris is a whirling dervish that can hit the outside shot, too.
Kevin McHale knocks down the turnaround. Reggie will pick up Dennis Hopson defensively. Shackleford trying to move on McHale.
Boy, that was a walk.
Yeah, he did kind of like move around there, didn't he? Bowie, little bounce pass to Lester Connor. Bowie will try outside with 4 on the shot clock, and Bird is there. Quickly to DJ. Kleine's ahead of the field. Now Bowie catches him. Reggie left open, and he got 2.
Attack the hoop as nobody went out and picked Reggie up. Bowie was down there trying to protect the basket, but Reggie over the top.
The Nets didn't exactly buzz back on defense that trip, did they? Bird, the quick hands to knock it away from Shackleford. Joe Kleine and Kevin McHale legging it up the floor. Kevin for 2 more.
Semi-hard push, but the forwards out in the wing for the Celtics, creating some pressure on the Nets defense.
And very quickly, Bill Fitch wants a 20-second timeout, and he has a word or two for Charles Shackleford. 10:06 to go here, first quarter. Celtics an 8-2 lead. And you know there's only one thing better than a Celtic win, and that's celebrating that with an ice cold Budweiser. Celtic fans, this Bud's for you.
I'm going to watch Kevin McHale really legging it out, and Shackleford is getting a tongue lashing from Bill Fitch for not getting out there with Kevin McHale, as Fitch well knows that Kevin is not fleet of foot, but he was way out in front of Shackleford. Kevin's really a competitor, boy. Whatever it takes, boy, he's going to give you.
You look at Kevin out there today. If he wore those little stretch things that some of those players wear underneath their uniform, it'd be like he had long pants on. Connor, a little drive, won't go down. Loose ball. Lester got it back. Kevin's got wraps on his knees, high stockings rather. Bowie can't hit a turnaround. Second rebound for Bird. Looking for help, finds Joe Kleine. Kevin McHale's planted out by the three-point line. Reggie on the baseline.
Celtics last 2 trips up the court, not giving the Nets a chance to set up their defense whatsoever.
Celtics are 5 for 5 shooting against this defense. Lester Connor can't get it down. Reggie Lewis is there.
Oh, great rotation that time by Reggie.
Bird, cross court Kevin, back to DJ, into Larry. Celtics of old.
Boy, the Nets defense had collapsed totally inside the paint, and yet Larry was able to take it right to them.
They're a little mesmerized, I think. Bowie's runner won't go down. They got a push on Shackleford underneath.
Boy, that was not only a brick, that was a cinder block by Bowie. Wow.
First on Shackleford, first on the team. Celtics 6 of 6 have run off 10 straight.
I have to wonder what's running through Bill Fitch's mind as he's trying to put a ball club together down there in New Jersey.
Bird knocks it down.
After his first couple of years in Cleveland, he didn't like to lose.
And the Nets will take a timeout. 8:21 to go first quarter. It's not even close.
Yeah, this is 800 to base. I'm getting a low jack reading.
Roger, 800. LoJack November Sierra 866 comes back as a stolen Ford T-Bird.
This is LoJack, the proven recovery system that lets police track and quickly retrieve your stolen car,
In custody.
saving you up to 35% off your comprehensive insurance. With LoJack, you'll get your stolen car back fast. Well, it's worth getting back. Without it, you're on your own.
Be prepared for our unpredictable New England weather with Texaco home heating oil. Keep your family warm and heating bills reasonable by calling your local Texaco full-service oil company today. In Boston, it's White Fuel at 269-8300. In Providence, it's Callagher at 725-6000. And in Worcester, it's Claflin Donahue at 754-5331. And don't forget to ask about their special rebates for new customers. You'll love the savings.
Presenting an absolutely priceless offer from your Jeep and Eagle dealer. Guaranteed cash back on Jeep Cherokee. Guaranteed cash back on Jeep Comanche. And for the first time ever, cash back on Jeep Wrangler. So see your Jeep and Eagle dealer before these priceless offers end.
See your New England Jeep and Eagle dealer, where you can expect the best.
It's the Celtics 14-2 with 8:21 to go here in the first quarter.
Well, Bird will have a good matchup against Morris because Morris not renowned as a defensive player, and Bird is getting him to lean to the middle a little bit. Morris went up with the left hand, didn't give much room for Bird's shooting hand, but just enough to get it over the top.
As the NHL regular season winds down, Sports Channel gears up to bring you exclusive national coverage of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Be with us for the best in hockey. Shackleford. Wow. Bird, another rebound. Larry pops out, looks inside, finds McHale. Kevin spins. Oh, a travel is called. Obviously, that official has not seen Kevin McHale.
That's his famous up fake and step move. And yet, remember Shackleford before in the low post? I mean, he was doing
right. He moved his both feet 3 times.
He was doing a Fred Astaire there.
4th rebound for Larry Bird. Joe Kleine posting up Bowie. Backs him in. Takes the fall away.
Spoke to Joe Kleine before the game today. He's lost his voice.
The Nets have now missed 9 in a row. Up to Joe. Can't get the handle. Looks like a wide receiver trying to pull that in.
But you know what was really great is now we've seen the first part of this ball game. Kevin McHale filling the lane on one side and Joe Kleine, the center, filling the lane on the other side. So even with a big lineup in there, they're running.
Lester Connor leans in and gets a foul from Kevin McHale. That's the first foul on the Celtics in nearly 5 minutes of action. There hasn't been any need to foul so far.
And Kevin's a hurting dude right now. He got hit and it wasn't in his numbers, I'll tell you.
Lester Connor, who signed a big contract with the Nets before this season started, has had his share of troubles with Bill Fitch, including a shouting and pushing match on the sidelines about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Bill Fitch is kind of caustic at times, you know, and speaks his piece, got that Irish wit.
Bill banished him to the bench for the second half of that game, and then in the post game, a little push underneath there on Hopson. In the post game, when asked about it, said, well, at least he had less turnovers in the second half.
You can count on Fitch for a few of those in a season like this. His first year with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Well, he was the most fun coach for the press to talk to.
It was like he owned that little thing in the beginning of Sports Illustrated every week. On those quotes at the bottom. Here's a jump shot finally going down. First pockets for Hopson. Kevin again. Rebound Bowie. Outlet to Connor. 18-5 Boston. Morris. Whoa. DJ's there. Up to Larry. Does he see? Yes, he does. Of course he does.
Great pass by Bird. And Reggie out in front with nobody even aware that he had taken off. So I'd have to say this is not just lethargic defense by the Nets. It's non-existent defense by the Nets.
4 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists for Bird in 6 minutes. Hopson hits again.
Well, when Hopson first came in, they had great hopes that
Reggie.
Wow. You know, you got to talk on defense.
It's not a question of what shot you're going to get. It's a question of what shot you want.
I don't think these guys even want to fax information to their teammates.
Hopson. Let's see. Bowie and Kleine tied up, and they're going to call a foul on Joe.
His first personal foul, second team foul.
You know, I always believed that New Jersey, if they ever had a winning team for a couple of years, would be a great franchise, because I'm from that area and they love basketball. But you got to put a good commodity out there on the court.
Lester Connor can't get it down. Tapped out of bounds. No, it isn't. Picked off by DJ. Larry takes it in, leaves it for Joe Kleine. Hits the little jump shot.
Well, Joe Kleine doing his imitation of Bill Lambier. And then his shot, you know, he's a very good face-up shooter.
Hopson hits again. Hopson has 6 of the net 9. Kevin for 3. Got it outside.
Shackleford is saying to himself, they didn't tell me that I'd have to play a guy out on the perimeter like that.
John Bagley will be first off the bench for the Celtics this afternoon. Morris pops out. He tries a 3 and hits it.
You know, I wish I was here when the Nets got off their bus. I would have liked to see who was the first guy off the bus.
Bird. Great look from Dennis Johnson.
I bet you they have to coach those players off the team bus today.
Reggie the steal and 2. (31-12) with 3:50 still to go in the first quarter. Chris Morris. Whoa. He thought it was a 3. Kevin fakes the 3. Leaves it for Reg. Little pull-up jumper. And Shackleford got him on the arm.
Well, that's the first switch we've seen the Nets make on defense. They end up with a foul.
Dennis Johnson sits down. John Bagley comes in. We're going to get a timeout. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here. It's all Boston.
Tuesday, Sports Channel dazzles you with the latest in thoroughbred action nationwide on Inside Racing. Join Harvey Pack for the weekend review, plus helpful hints on what's ahead. Inside Racing. Sports Channel is the authority on thoroughbred horse racing. Wednesday through Monday, Thoroughbred Action presents exclusive coverage from the major New York State tracks. Chart all the races here first on Thoroughbred Action.
3:30 to go here in the first. 31-12. Celtics up big. A couple more Celtic games coming up this week. Brad Daugherty, Mark Price, and the rest of the Cleveland Cavaliers here on Wednesday night at 7:30 as Reggie Lewis hits the first of 2. And then on Friday night, Dominique Wilkins and the Atlanta Hawks come in. Join us for the pregame show beginning at 7:15 that night. How about that number, huh? 15 of 16. Boston by 21.
Shot blocking record will not be endangered whatsoever in this game.
Chris Dudley gets himself a hoop. Talked to Chris in the pregame show. Great kid out of Yale.
Well, he's the only one that's kind of moving his feet out there right now.
McHale, a nice move. Coming up short, Joe Kleine. Good strong rebound. Back up, blocked by Bowie. Purvis short in the game as Bill Fitch has gone liberally to his bench. Purvis, that rainbow jumper of his, tracks it down.
Bird got a piece of it.
Dudley wants to go up and draws a foul from Bird, I believe.
And everybody in the building was yelling, foul him. Chris is not renowned as one of the great free throw shooters of all time.
Gave the foul to Joe Kleine. He shot better since joining the Nets.
Wow, that's the most disjointed free throw I've ever seen.
I mean, for a Yale guy.
You would think that he'd been able to figure out the aerodynamics of free throw shooting by now, right?
Nice kid, real nice kid.
Beginning of the shot, he looks like he's going to throw it up there underhand.
I thought he was.
One hand, yeah. Well, what is that? A new way.
Kleine inside finds Bagley, who in turn finds Reggie wide open. I mean, capital W on the wide there. 14 first quarter points for Reggie Lewis.
Well, Bill Fitch must have been working on the offense this week because the defense isn't here at all.
Dudley hits a little fall away. Chris off the bench with a quick 5.
2 minutes remaining quarter.
Near steal, reach-in foul called on Lester Connor.
Next foul is on number 15, Lester Connor.
The officials not calling too many fouls here. 4 on the Nets, 3 on the Celtics. Bird got short off his feet. Now he's got Connor in a switch. And Joe didn't roll to the hoop, and I think you heard Larry yell his name. Dudley comes up with the ball after kicking it. Short with the lean in. Bagley the rebound. Celtics are 3-on-1, and it's going to be Reggie.
Nice creative play by Bagley. He deceived the defense, making him believe that he's going to give it to Bird, as Bird was really trying to lay rubber on the floor. Really dug out that time, and he created a layup in essence for Reggie Lewis.
Purvis short, fakes the 3. Finger roll no good on the 2. Ball comes right back to Bowie near steal Bagley. Short, taking it in, blocked by Reggie. Well, the Nets move in kind of slow motion, don't they? Larry's open. In and out.
You know, Kevin and Larry right now are kind of doing their own thing. Really is interesting. They have great appreciation of each other's talents.
Great catch by Reg, and he just kind of threw it up for grabs.
And Kevin's looking for Larry, and Larry's looking for Kevin. So it's working pretty effectively.
Dennis Hopson takes it in on the drive, and he's fouled on the way through. He'll go to the free throw line. Robert Parish about to make his first appearance off the injury, and Joe Kleine sits down. Joe with 4 points and a nice job.
You know what you want to be careful of in a game like this right now is that the Nets don't bring you down to their level of intensity. Celtics are trying to upbeat this game. They came out ready to really put it in the win column, and the Nets they should be out there dancing with Vaughn Monroe. I'll tell you, this is old-time waltz that they're playing, and Celtics can't afford to get into that type of rhythm. They've got to keep forcing the game, and psychologically, if they're going to beat them by 50 if possible. Because the Nets do not look like they came to play.
Bird spins on short and gets fouled on the way through.
New Jersey foul was on number 45, Purvis short.
Purvis short in his 12th year in the NBA.
New Jersey's over the limit.
But you know, when you look at an organization that's trying to put together a ball club during the season, it's almost impossible to have cohesiveness because you just don't have enough practice time, and new players get introduced. You got to keep it simple. You can't go too far because one player is on page 1 of the primer and the other guy is on page 10, and it becomes very, very difficult. So I think what Bill Fitch is really trying to do is find players that he feels will be competitors.
Lester Connor gets one to go down off the glass. Celtics 10 seconds to get a shot off. The double dribble is called on Reggie.
I tell you, the Nets defense has caved in so much that there's no need to go one-on-one. You can just whip it around, and even soft passes are beating their rotation.
Into Bowie, he finds Dudley, and he gets the layup. 7 for Dudley off the bench. And Boston's lead is 16 after round 1. A mini run by Bill Fitch's club. They're down 39-23.
It's the most eagerly awaited driver's sedan in Pontiac history. 4-door functionality charged with Grand Prix style, performance, and driving excitement. Get on the Pontiac and ride, Pontiac ride. Look it over, check it out, try it on. The new Grand Prix Sports Sedan at your Pontiac dealer now. Rebuild excitement.
I want to be the best, and it takes hard work to be the best. Practicing, getting up at 7 in the morning, running up and down that court, working left hand, right hand. You ready? Because you got on this uniform, and you feel unbeatable. NBA Authentics, the real stuff.
NBA Authentics are available at sporting goods stores everywhere. Or for a gift catalog, send $1 to this address.
I'm on my way. Boise?
When your travel plans suddenly change...
You gotta help me. I checked my case to Boston, now they want me in Boise.
It's good to know Delta's got a team like Compass...
Well, I need a recheck fast.
...to Price...
Large sample case?
...to Morris...
Number 4479.
...to Elders.
I got it!
Great job, Walt. No problem, Mr. DePrima.
Thanks.
Mr. DePrima, Mr. Michael DePrima, please call your office.
Walt? About that bag.
It's the most eagerly awaited driver's sedan in Pontiac history. 4-door functionality charged with Grand Prix style, performance, and driving excitement. Get on the Pontiac and ride, Pontiac ride. Look it over, check it out, try it on. The new Grand Prix Sports Sedan at your Pontiac dealer now. Rebuild excitement.
39-23, Boston by 16 here as we're about to begin the second quarter, and would like to take a moment to say hello to everybody watching today's game during Sports Channel and WGCGY. Excuse me, guys. Celtic Appreciation Day at the Front Row Sports Bar in Methuen, Mass. Hello, Methuen. Hope you're enjoying the game. Sam Bowie isn't. Michael Smith might. Celtics by 16.
Again, don't get pulled down to the psychological level of the Nets. Got to keep that intensity level up there in this ball game.
Got to keep that 81% shooting going, huh?
Well, certainly that did it, but Celtics are really pushing the ball a little bit and moving it around as the Nets defense is caved in, and no surprise that they shot really, really well. Had easy shots.
Purvis short, pops out, hits a jump shot. First 2 for Purvis on the afternoon. Celtics have Smith, Bird, Paxson, Bagley, and Parish on the floor.
I'll tell you, this crowd is showing the after effects of St. Patty's Day.
I think they are. Yeah, good point. Nice cut by Jim Paxson for 2.
I've been sitting on the Shamrocks all afternoon here.
Sam Bowie tries to turn around.
Well, Parish left the window open as Sam Bowie saw that Parish was down. Easy move to the hoop.
And Sam Bowie had a little grip on Robert Parish there as he tried to make the spin move.
Once you body up the man and he can feel you, great time to go spin. And Parish couldn't hold on to the ball, but the foul was there.
Sam had a hold of Robert. Rolling to the hoop. Bowie saw it coming. Gets it ahead. Purvis finds it. Missed the layup. Followed nicely by Dennis Hopson.
Well, I want to say it once again. Don't get caught up in the intensity level of the New Jersey Nets right now. Play hard.
Bird comes up firing, hits outside.
And Larry, I don't think, is about to let that happen. I think this is an emotional carryover from Orlando, where he took over the game.
Tom Bagley had a grip on Pete Myers as he went down the far side.
New Jersey ball.
Bill Fitch saying the official, I don't believe you're not going to call that. You can see Bagley and Myers there. Outside jumper won't go. Dudley, nice job, but Bird comes down with the rebound. Quickly to Bags in the middle. Right side Paxson. No one goes near him. Misses the shot, but Michael Smith is there. No one was near Michael. It's like the Nets are playing a bad zone, Tom.
Got to knock the shots down too right now. The Celtics took good advantage of that in the first quarter.
Hopson is squeezed on the baseline. Foul was called on the pass. That's what has Bill Fitch upset.
Well, that's the most emotional thing that has happened.
Anyone from New Jersey, right? Aside from you. And we got Bagley again with the foul, and again it's called on the floor. Bill Fitch claiming one of the officials doesn't understand the continuation rule in the NBA.
Doesn't seem to disturb his players, though.
You can hear Larry Bird say, "Oh, Mike," underneath the basket. Smith got beat to the spot by Dudley and then just tried to push him out of the way. That's called a rebounding foul. And now they're going to call it a shooting foul as Wally Rooney kind of steps in and overrules. Bill Fitch might not have bought a third foul called on the floor. Bagley goes to the bench. Dennis Johnson comes in.
Well, we just have to watch Chris Dudley shoot free throws. Look at this. Boy, those fingers come together like he's going to pick a grape.
Kiss that one home.
Wow. I'd like to see his shooting coach that taught him how to shoot free throws that way.
I tell you, his motion really messed up Larry Bird, who in the lane about 4 seconds too early on that one.
Wow. I mean, I've seen some strange foul shooters, but that one is.
He actually made 5 of 6 the other night.
Oh, really?
That's what got him into the style, I think. Bird can't hit the ball away, and Bowie's there for the rebound. Celtics lead is all the way down to 13. Boston scored only 4 points here in the second quarter. Foul's going to be on Dudley.
Well, Bird came out all hepped up to win this one. Kevin McHale likewise. And this group that has reported in off the bench has not gelled emotionally.
You put Dennis Johnson, I think, in that group too. Yep. Off his start. Robert takes a fall away. Dudley tracks down the rebound. Nets can cut it to 11. Boston was up by